I apologize, we're running just a little behind. And before I call the meeting to order, I want to just remind us that we have a guest who is sitting in for Dr. Lashinsky, Dr. Poliard, Vice President of Academic Affairs. So now, at this time, I'd like to call to order the agenda review meeting of the Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board on August 13, 2024. And we will review the agenda for the August 27, 2024 board meeting. For the record, I will call a roll call vote of the board members. And I'm going to start with our newest board member, who you met, I think, cursorily at the last meeting, our new student trustee, Tamaya Jackson-Lawn. Tamaya? And you have to formally tell us you're here. We can see you, but do that.
Present.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Butler.
Present.
Ms. Davis.
Present.
Dr. Narini.
Present.
Ms. Smith.
Present.
Ms. Sullivan.
Present.
Dr. Thor.
Present.
And I'm here as well. So all of us are here, including our newest board member. Okay, and again, we're going to run through the agenda for the August 27 meeting. It allows an opportunity for board members to look at agenda items and ask questions and get prepared for their final review. That'll be preceded, that meeting will be preceded by an executive session of the board on a litigation update, and then we'll move right into the regular board agenda, which will run through the call to order, the Pledge of Allegiance, substitution, student life report, which will come from Mesa. So you're ready for that, right? Okay. The faculty executive council report, adjunct faculty report, staff representation, and then at the moment there's no awards or recognitions, and then Dr. Gonzalez has a report. Then on the consent agenda, we will start with item number 1. Hang on, which is the consent agenda process, and we'll read all of that as well. But then we move on to item number 2, which is the approval of acceptance of transfer from the Maricopa Community College District Foundation to the Maricopa Community College District for an award from the Lowe's Foundation for the Empowerment for Student Success, Building a Skilled Workforce for Maricopa County in the amount of $1 million for the period of July 31, 2024 through July 30th, 2026. Any questions from the board? We can applaud then, but questions? If not, then item number 3, approval of the acceptance of a continuation grant from the U.S. Department of Education to Mesa Community College for FY 2024 of TRIO Student Support Services Program from September 1, 2024 to August 31, 2025 in the amount of $272,364. I'll just keep running through. If you have questions, raise your hand or holler at me. Item number 4, approval of the acceptance of a continuation grant from the U.S. Department of Education to Mesa Community College for FY 2024 of HSI STEM Guided Pathways Enhancement Project from October 1, 2024 to September 30th, 2025 in the amount of $898,693. Item number 5, approval of the acceptance of a continuation grant from the U.S. Department of Education to Gateway Community College for FY 2025 of TRIO Student Support Services from September 1, 2024 to August 30, 2025 in the amount of $284,915. Item number 6, approval to issue a purchase order to Pueblo Mechanical and Controls, LLC in the amount of $497,939 for the fitness and wellness and physical education buildings at Scottsdale Community College. Item number 7, approval of partial guaranteed maximum price contract amendment number 4 for the district-wide central plant upgrades and repair, a multi-phase project in the amount not to exceed $6,511,542.96 to Pueblo Mechanical and Controls LLC. Questions? Moving on to item 8, approval to issue a purchase order to Johnson Roofing LLC in the amount of $590,274 for the High Tech Center 1 building roof project at Glendale Community College. Item number 9, approval of the Healthcare United at Gateway Clinic Quality Management Report for spring 2024. And item number 10, approval of the expenditure of budgeted funds not to exceed $750,000 over the 5-year renewal term, which means $150,000 annually, of the VM Enterprise Agreement used district-wide for backup and recovery of Maricopa County Community College systems. Item number 10, approval of the purchase of Helio Campus Assessment Software, a 5-year subscription, not to exceed $190,000 on behalf of Scottsdale Community College. Number 12, approval of the intergovernmental agreement between the Western Maricopa Education Center, WestMAC, and the Maricopa County Community College District on behalf of Estrella Mountain Community College for culinary principles concurrent programs. Item number 13, approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the state of Arizona, Office of the Governor for the Behavioral Health Workforce Demonstration Pilot Program in the amount of $1,380,000 for the period of January 1, 2024 through September 30th, 2024. Number 14, approval of an amendment to the IGA ENS MCC contract number 010124-01 with the state of Arizona, Office of the Governor for the activities of the Arizona Community College Workforce Scholarship Program in the amount of $470,000 for a total award amount of $1,670,000. Are there any comments or questions of anything on the consent agenda that I have just run through?
Yes,
very
Ms.
quickly?
Bittersmith, I hate to ruin this role that you're on, but you
I have to
actually
be Dr.
skipped,
Narini for fastest.
you actually skipped number 11, approval of a purchase of Helio Campus Assessment Software 5-year subscription not to exceed $190,000 on behalf of Scottsdale Community College. And this sounds like a really interesting subscription that supports accreditation and planning and outcomes assessment. So I'm curious to know whether this is a pilot by Scottsdale or whether Scottsdale is late to the party or
I apologize. I thought I read that, Dr. Thorpe, but I apologize, but who can answer that question? Dr.
President Bittersmith, I believe, but Vice President
Answer.
Collier maybe will answer. Why don't you
I'm
come
sorry,
up
I'm
to
gonna have to ask for
podium?
the microphone. Is it on?
President Bittersmith, Dr. Thor, Chancellor Gonzalez, board members. We are not late to the party. We are doing plenty of work with accreditation, program review, and assessment. What we've done is engaged in the HLC quality initiative of their HLC Assessment Academy. And this is our second year, which requires us to implement a particular solution. This is a data gathering mechanism. It will house all of our data for institutional learning outcomes, for program reviews, strategic planning. It integrates with SIS. I believe Chandler Gilbert Community College has been using this for the past year. And so we are looking to implement that.
thank you.
Any further questions on consent? With that, we have, at the moment, we have no non-consent action items. And then we go on to first read and information items. And it is the first read of the governing board policy changes to 2.6 financial planning and budgeting. Are there any questions from the board? Seeing none, the other item under first read is employment and separations report dated May 18, 2024 through July 19, 2024. Again, any questions or comments? If not, we'll go on to monitoring reports. The first of those is the budget analysis report fund number 1, which is the general unrestricted fund for the 12 months ending 6/30/2024. And that'll be the preliminary report at this point. Any questions from the board? Nope. Then we'll go on to the community linkage. As you recall, board members will provide reports and summaries of the activities the last couple of months by then, because we have not had those since June. And at that point, we will move into the establishment of next meeting times. And of course, our meeting will be coming up on August 27, 2024 here in the conference center at 6:30. There will be an executive session called at 5 o'clock for litigation report, board members. And then on September 10th, we'll have our agenda review in preparation for the September 24 regular board meeting. In person, yes, exactly. With that, the only item left on the agenda review is the adjournment of that meeting, but let me turn back to board members to see, is there any questions you have remaining on the agenda? If not, we're gonna let you go home really early.
Pretty close to Dr. Narini's.
I was gonna say,
did you
I
beat
think
him?
he still beat me, but
Whoa.
with that, meeting adjourned.